Hello everyone and welcome to another Supreme Commander 2 video, and I want to highlight my playtime, not to be like, hey, look at how many hours I put in this game, aren't I cool? No, I want to show you that it's 1,234 hours, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that weird? I think it's kind of cool to, mention and just to show you that's neat. And I also need to show you guys my achievements. 47 out of 47 achievements. Click that and look at that shine. Booyah! I got 100%. And look at the last one I got, the Supreme Online Commander. And I want to say thank you so much to Spiff for helping me get there. I could not have gotten there without a bunch of players in the community who are willing to play a match with me. And I have to say a big thank you to Spiff because he played a bunch of matches with me, and we even recorded them. Well, I casted all 4 of them, and you can check them out on my channel. And this happened on Spiff's watch. So yeah, that means I won one. Big deal. At least I won one, and I made this happen. So thanks, Spiff. And again, Spiff, I have to thank him for making well, you guys already know about this, right? The 10-year anniversary challenge. That's why I'm making this video, to help you new players out. So we got the challenge page for the 10-year anniversary tournament of Supreme Commander 2. So Spiff made it. Thank you so much, Spiff, for doing that. You're an awesome dude. So big shout out to him. And you guys need to sign up. Click the link down below and do it. And a shout out to Alpha Hex. He's right there, because he had the idea for Knight of Misfortune to get data on the Supreme Commander 2 maps and see what strategies are done and what faction won which map more. So I have to say, awesome job, great idea there. And a big thank you to Knight of Misfortune for helping with the 10-year anniversary map pool by collecting the data and analyzing it. So thank you so much, Knight of Misfortune, for doing that. You guys, he's got a league going on right now. You want to be involved? You want to play some Supreme Commander 2? Hit him up and get involved in that league. And speaking of more Supreme Commander 2, Alpha Hex and Knight of Misfortune have YouTube channels. So go to their channels, click the link down below. There are links to them down below, and subscribe to their channel and watch the videos and tell them that Mr. Still Your Girl sent you, or Still Speaks. They'll know it's me. So do that. And also, for even more Supreme Commander 2 stuff, get involved in the Supreme Commander 2 Discord channel and the OSS Discord channel. So anyhow, I am going to cut this introduction here, and from here on out, we're going to talk about the basics of Supreme Commander 2 and talk about really what you need to know before you really get started. So pros, you don't need to watch this video, but if you do watch the video and give the new players some help, give them some feedback, say, yo, Mr. Still Your Girl, good job. However, this too, we got to talk about that and this. So do that in the comment section. Tell them what they need to do. So I'm not going to be able to cover everything. I'm just one dude. But if you want more information, I'm sure Alpha Hex, maybe even Unknown Desire, will be so nice enough to comment down below and say, yo, we got to talk about this too. So maybe I'll make a video on it. Maybe I won't. Maybe someone else will make a video on it. Alpha Hex. But guys, seriously, please, pros, you don't need to watch the video if you don't want to, but comment down below and help out the new players. So on with that. So here we go. All right, guys. Right now we are on supcom2.fandom.com/wiki keyboard_shortcuts. So when we get to this web page, the reason why I'm here is because I want to show you the keyboard shortcuts. And you can even look at this online. You don't have to be home on your game. You could actually be wherever with internet access to look this stuff up. So it's really important to know these. I'm going to go over some very important keyboard shortcuts right now. So probably one of the most important ones is to know where your darn commander is. You click comma. Comma is a very, very big thing. It'll go to your commander and, well, it'll go to your ACU. So it will zoom in on him. Boom. It'll make a little sound like ding ding. And it'll zoom in right on to him. And another thing is the period. It'll cycle through your engineers so you can make sure that they aren't lazy engineers, and they won't see me at the end of their life. That is a reference to an Alpha Hex meme. You got to be part of the Supreme Committer to Discord and get on the memes section in order to get that one. If you missed out, that sucks. You got to get involved. Do your waiting period and scroll through it. You'll probably find it. And then there's alt period in case one of your poor engineers becomes very, very lazy. So it'll select your nearest idle engineer. All right, so that's really, really important. And some things that you kind of want to avoid is Control X, which will select all your units. You don't need that, right? So you don't want all your units to be going in the same place. So just don't do that. Probably not something you want to do. Probably shouldn't have even mentioned it. But if you want to get all your air, Control A, that's a good one. You know, you got to get all your air into one place. Control S for your Navy. Control L for all your land. And Control Z of all unit types. All unit types similar to those selected. So that means if you click a tank, hit Control Z, all of the tanks will be selected. All of that one tank will be selected. So you have tanks and demolishers selected. Control Z will select all of the rockheads and demolishers. And if you have that plus any other unit, it'll select all of them. So Control Z is pretty important to really rally in one area, right? So Control X will select everything. Like I said, don't do that. Don't do. Control C will select everything on screen. Control B will get all the engineers. I don't know why you would do that unless you need to do a mass evacuation. So don't worry about that one too much. L will pause the unit, so that could be important if you don't want them to build that next mass extractor, or just make them stop. And B will put them in build mode. So you have a engineer your ACU, you just click B and it'll put them in that build mode. So that could be very, very useful. Control H will select all the factories on screen, which could be useful if you're in battle and you need to queue up some P shields or something. Boom, done. Get a whole bunch of them right then and there practically. And H will select your nearest factory. Control Shift L will select your nearest land. Control Shift A will select your nearest air. And Control Shift S will select your nearest naval. So those are some fairly decent things, right? And if you're losing and you don't want to just sit there and lose, well, we got Control plus K. Control K is quite important because, well, you don't want to get a mass extractor, what do you call that, captured. Just hit Control K. It'll go pew, hopefully within like 10 seconds before it gets captured. And if you're losing, like I said, hit Control plus K and you wait 5 seconds and your commander goes boom. And then there's a few more important things. So zoom in and out with Q and W. I guess you could do that, but I like the middle control button. And if you ever have trouble with your camera, remember hitting V will reset it to the regular view. I mean, this one here, I don't recommend the track unit, hit T. I mean, you could do that if you are scouting and you really aren't confident on where your guy's going, where your camera, you can hit T and just track it. I mean, that could be useful, but you don't need to do it because you got to hit T again to untrack it. Remember to do that because if you're tracking it, you're going to be locked on them. And in combat, that would suck. So just a quick reminder there. Then there's repair. Hit R to repair. Using a builder unit, hit R to repair. E to reclaim. That's a really, really important thing. Your ACUs is chilling and you don't want to be lazy. Hit that E to repair. And P to patrol. So patrolling will have your building unit or whatever unit I'm going to mostly talk about building units first. So the building units will patrol and they'll reclaim and repair whatever they come across, they come across first. A will be attack move, of course, so they won't just walk into something. Well, they usually attack anyway, but attack move will be sure that they're ready. C is capture, so you're using a regular old engineer and you want that mass extractor, hit that C button. S will stop, it'll cancel orders. D will dive, so we're talking about, what would you call that, submarines, so UEF only, really. F will ferry, so that's for, what would you call that, drop ships, so that's really important. G will assist, which means guard, so if you want to assist the factory, hit G, or you could just like right click it or something, I don't know, something like that. And then transport is U, move is M, and in is nuke. So if you have a nuke ready, hit in. Pull and smash is control plus P. Overcharge. Now this is an important one. You're an ACU, you're chilling, you just researched overcharge. You got that 2,000 energy just literally burning a hole in your pocket. You're going to be all like, oh baby. See my O face, and boom, 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 and that enemy engineer just explodes. And then you want to hit K really fast, not control K, but just K. Your ACU will hunker if you researched hunker, of course. So that's really these are really good to know. And then we got escape pod. Control plus E will launch that escape pod, especially if you really need it. Be sure there's no like wasps or any like fighter jets around you when you do that, because that could be very, very bad, or anti-air is bad too. So control E, boom, get the heck out. Jump jets, control J. Teleport, control plus T. Now this is one that is super important. Now to charge your bomb bouncer quickly, hit Alt plus Z, and to fire it off, hit Alt plus X. Pretty important. Now we got two mass converter things, Alt plus M or Control plus M. Pretty important to know if you're going to do mass conversion. Electroshock, Alt plus E. And mobile hunker. What's that? Alt plus E. Well, that's something you will have to test on your own. Power detonate, very important. You're a Cybran unit. You know, you're walking around. You don't like the looks of those shotjas over there, so you jump jet in. So you hit Control plus J. You get in the middle of them. They're shooting at you. Before you die, you hit Alt plus D, and boom! There'll be no 3, 2, 1, anything like that. It will just, you'll blow up a huge explosion, and a lot of them will die. And that, I think that is the same hotkey for the buildings too. Alt plus D, boom, blows it up. So there's also the engage mega armor, which is something you need to research for Cybran. Alt plus R. You're not going to use that a lot, but you might. And then there's the magnet pull. You're not going to use that as much as you're going to use the push. So the pull, it's useful, but you're going to use the push more. So Alt plus Q will pull, and Alt plus W will push. So here's how you queue things. I'm not going to really get into this because this is going to make this video ridiculously long. So pretty much anything that you had, just hold shift before it, will queue it into your queue orders. So that's pretty neat. So we're not going to get into debugging. Don't worry about that. That's something you can worry about later. And I'm going to talk about one more very, 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 very important thing that strategic overlay, Control plus O, very important to have. Control plus Y, strategic icons, which is very important to have in my opinion. And there's nothing that shows range. So we got intel range, strategic overlay, and strat icon. So these are all very, very important things. And military overlay, I don't really know what that means. Is that a range? Well, I don't really know what that means, so I'm super sorry. I don't know everything. But these are some things you could test out for yourselves. At least you know they exist. But I'll go into the options of the game and really show you how to set your thing up, your game up, so you could see what I see often. And then we got control groups. Now, I'm going to tell you a lot about control groups, which are super, super important for you to know. If you want to play like Alpha Hex, like you saw the last video I posted of him against Hope on Finn's Revenge, using those shotchas. Wow, my voice. I need some water. Now, against those shotchas, he used control groups. He had one group ahead and a group behind, and he teleported them. So he like hit control. Is it control T? Let's make sure if it's control T so I don't sound like a silly dude. It might be alt T. Ooh, that'd be bad. That'd be bad. Let's see, where's teleport? Where's teleport? Is it just T maybe? No, that's track unit, thankfully. Teleport's control T, so I'm not crazy. So you're going to hit, so you control T'd some of the guys, or you just hit the button, control T'd, and pulled them back, while the ones, the control group in the distance was shooting at them. So they could never really get up to his units. So we had, you really have to watch it. So we had some units up front and some shotchas, so shotchas up front, shotchas in back. So both groups are shooting at them. They get close enough to the ones up front. He teleports the ones behind, teleport the ones up front, control T's them behind the ones that were in back. So his enemy units have to walk up to the ones that were in behind are now in front, and he's just going to rinse and repeat that. A very, very powerful strategy. Very, very powerful strategy. So to set your control group, you are going to select the units that you want to be in the control group, and you're going to hit control 1. You can also have a factory pump out control group numbers. So you have this factory do control group 1, or a series of factories do control group 1. And to amend that, append that, you hit control shift plus 1. So I think that'll add to the current selection. And to recall your groups, you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, all that respectively in all of that. So hopefully this was very helpful to new players. So pros down below, help out the newer players and let them know some tips and tricks. So I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to be in the options menu of Supreme Commander 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're here at this screen. We are going to click the options, and that'll get us to this here. So be sure to adjust your zoom sensitivity to the way you would like it, your scrolling speed, your zoom, your screen edge scrolling, and all that good stuff. Now we're going to click on the keyboard bindings. And again, what I talked about during that website, it's right here, but you need to have the game right here to take a look at it. So you could see all of this stuff. It might be easy, it might be better, it might be organized better for you. I'm not sure, but check it out. So you could see all these. You could even customize them to your liking on this screen. So that's pretty cool right there. And another important thing to worry about is your interface. So this is something that I find important. You got your subtitles. You can that's personal preference. Lock cursor window. I don't usually mess with that. But here are the important things. Show intel range. Yes, please. That will have the blue ring around your units. When you zoom out, you can even see that in the map. How far your radar goes. That's really, really useful. And then you got your weapon range, which is the red ring around your units. If you have this overlaid, that's really helpful because it allows you to really gauge how close you need to be to attack. Very, very important. Then you got your show strategic overlay, which will have the symbols, the square for the what you call that, the tank, the triangle for a bomber, a big ol' circle for an experimental. That's really, really, really helpful. And always render strategic icons. I recommend that. I really do. That's when you're up close, you still have the icons on them, and you have them out far as well. So to me, that's important. Then you got your daily tool tips. You could do whatever you want with that. Your sound, do what you need to do with that. Your video, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do with that. So I'm also going to show you how to set up a game. No. I'm going to go into replays really fast. So you're going to hit up extras and click replays, and that's where they're hiding. I think Alpha Hex showed you that. These are the ones on your machine that you have right now. So there they are. Pretty cool. Very useful. Credits, you could see the people playing. And also check this out. You could click this right here to toggle the DLC in skirmish and multiplayer. You know, that's pretty important. There's chat. Not a lot of people are on there. You can see the leaderboards. That's useful, I guess, if you're really into that sort of thing. And I'm going to show you how to set up a multiplayer match right now. You got to click multiplayer. You can first find a match. You're not going to really find a lot of people doing ranked or unranked. So this game mode here, this is really dead. I'm going to be straight up with you. Unless you are trying to get that Supreme Commander Online, whatever the heck they say it, achievement, you got to have a friend on there. So you could do that. I'll hit Cybrin. I'll try to find a match. And my rating was a lot higher, but there's a time where I couldn't, what would you call that, connect with a guy, and every time you lose, every time you don't get a connection, you lose a crap ton of points. I mean, like a ridiculous amount of points. I was like nearing 2,000. I lost so many. So you could even adjust the range to like outrageous proportions. You could just keep, I mean, whoever is that high, impossible. But no one's playing this. You're not going to find anyone. I could sit here for 10 minutes and I could guarantee you no one will be playing a ranked match. So yeah, so that's that on that one. So I'm going to hit cancel there. And even unranked, assassination, siren, same old thing, right? You're going to sit here for a few minutes and nothing's going to happen. So I just want to make a point to that you're not going to find anyone on this. Unless you have a buddy wanting to do that. So good idea, but not really good. So you can hit multiplayer, hit join game, and well, Tom Hanks is on. That's pretty cool. But it's Supremacy, so I'm not going to really enjoy that game mode. So it says 153 players are online. Wow, that is ouch. So you can see your friends, you search, you know, you show passworded games, show all regions. Right now it's not really doing much for me. So Tom Hanks, the only guy there. You know, I could get into his thing and take a look at him, but not really helpful. So I'm going to go back, and then now you could host the game. So usually it has your name by default. You could do something like this, gamey game. Well, I spelt that wrong, so let's fix that. You know, gamey game. You could have a password by clicking it. Click that, you know, you enter your password. Don't hit 1, 2, 3, 4 because Alpha Hex has proven that he could definitely, what would you call that, hack. He made a video about that and I thought that was amazing. You could click friends only if you only want friends to see. So that's how you do that. Hit host, and now you could select your stuff, be quick about it, get in your spot. I like to do assassination, your spawn fix, that's what I like to do. And I don't like any exclusions, so forget all about that. So here we go. We're gonna, since it's not peak hours right now, I'm not gonna find a game very easily. So no one's really gonna want to join, especially with these settings, because it looks like a whole bunch of people wanting to do Supremacy are on at the moment. But you know, in peak hours, this is how you do it. Peak hours are usually in the afternoon and my time, which is Pacific. So that's how you do all of that good stuff. So hopefully I answered some questions to you. Of course, you could do your campaign, blah, 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 and all that stuff. But hopefully I answered some questions, and the pros are watching this video and are all like, yeah, that's pretty helpful. Man, it's pretty helpful, man. Maybe not to them because, well, they're pros. And I myself am not a pro, but I just want to help you guys get better so you can actually play the tournament. So sign up for that tournament. And I want to see some great players out there doing their thing. So click the link down below and get involved. And comment down below if you want to see some builds. Maybe I'll make some builds. Maybe I won't. But I'm thinking about doing a build order video for the Cybrin for my next video. And it'll be on Open Palms, a very good Cybrin map. Well, any race really, but Cybrin I think have the advantage. In my opinion, but that's only an opinion. Do not let that sway your playstyle. If you are a hardcore UEF player or Aeon player, go for it. If that is what you feel comfortable with, do it, because that is really what's probably going to help you win. So anyhow, guys, I just want to tell you all about my future plans up until the, what would you call that, the tournament coming February 29th. So guys, hit the challenge page, read the rules yourself, and get involved. So I'm going to end this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, favorite because it helps me out. Share your good replays. It still speaks at share your videos with stillspeaks@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page. If you want to give me some cash, click the link down below there. If you like what I'm doing, you know, all that good stuff. If you don't feel comfortable with, you know, a subscription, my band has some merchandise, some music. Click the link there and buy maybe a song or two, or stream it. That would help me out also. So comment down below, say something nice, say something helpful to your fellow players. That's really what I'm looking for with this. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this. Share with your friends, family, and foes because it needs something interesting as well. Oh my goodness, what's happening to me? Share with your friends, family, and foes because it needs something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everyone, G.